A powerful partnership is using opera to reach young people in a new way. By bringing Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet to students, Project Opera hopes to spark real conversations about mental health, loss, and hope. Fort Worth's Opera's Anthony Pound is here this morning to tell us so much more. Good morning to you.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So glad to have you here. So first and foremost, I just said it, Project Opera. Tell us exactly what it is.
Yeah, Project Opera at its core is a way to introduce high school students to the power and possibilities of opera, not just by giving them tickets or giving them access or workshop, but really giving them a chance to create opera with professional artists and using classic stories that are vital to their stories and their themes that resonate with them.
We're such an arts community. I love that we're able to delve into spaces where people already kind of have experience. Some people are new to the scene, and we get to mix all of our skills together. Now, tell me, why is this initiative so important for the youth today? What makes this so special? We want students to be involved, leading up that next generation of those who are going to be in the arts.
Oh, absolutely. You know, there's so much noise out there today, and it's hard to get our voice across, especially for young people, especially for teenagers. And there's so many issues that directly relate to them. Things that we've talked about for years and years, like Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet that was turned into an opera in the 1800s by Charles Gounod. And it really is sort of the blueprint or the mark of what a high school or a teenage life is, and we just keep glossing over it. And this time we have young people telling it in their voice, in their story, and really shouting out, hey, listen to us, this is important to what we're dealing with today.
Yes. Well, that actually leads me into my next question, because you're partnering with the Suicide and Crisis Center of North Texas and the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation. So how are all three of you working together to kind of make this project and speak a little bit more about mental health overall?
Yeah, you know, Romeo and Juliet has a history of being a love story, but really at its core, it talks about and deals with teen trauma and teen suicide.
Yeah.
You know, Shakespeare in the 1500s wrote all of these obvious points that we use now as the risk factors identifying teen suicide. Things like peer pressure and overbearing, you know, expectations and familiar issues that when we worked with the Jordan Elizabeth Harris Foundation and, of course, the Suicide and Crisis Prevention Center of North Texas, we started to identify this in this classic work, the issues that just keep compounding and keep compounding for young people, the stresses that they're dealing with. We've been talking about it for centuries now, and it's time that young people talked about it in ways that are meaningful to them. And we brought in these great partners to make sure that we're doing it responsibly. We're doing it in a way that is caring for the young people that are artists, but also the young people that are watching these shows, that we're there and doing the workshops and the necessary dialogue with young people to do it in ways that resonate.
Absolutely. Tell me, what does it mean? Because you're getting a front row seat. What does it mean to see these kids literally evolve and change right in front of you as they learn and grow?
It completely reaffirms the idea of the power of the arts, specifically the power of opera, being able to tell these stories in a unique way that is loud, that is out there, that is doing it in a different way than they've seen it over and over and over again. And to see kids transform, students start to ask deep questions, not just about themselves and their peers, but about music and about, we do a lesson on costumes and the things they choose to wear and what do their choices of clothing say about them.
Wow.
Even if they don't think they're saying that, or the masks that we wear every day, highlighting Romeo and Juliet's masquerade party and what mask are we wearing and what are we telling each other by these things. And it's really intelligent conversations we're having that are deep and personal to these people.
I was about to say, it sounds like it goes so much deeper than just a performance and learning the lines and doing all the things. I mean, that's the end goal, right?
Yeah.
But there's so much more that's leading up to it.
For us, rehearsal really is, and the workshops really is the best part.
Yeah.
We spend so much time getting to know each other. They get to know more about each other, these students that have known each other for so long, and then now we're all coming together. So they're going to see students from all over Fort Worth together, and they're going to get to know each other on a level that's more than just substance. That's more than just, you know, what we see on TV or what we're used to seeing even in the hallways.
Real life connection.
But real life, knowing you more than your name, but really what makes you tick.
quickly, can you tell me where can we get tickets so we can help support and push the mission forward?
Absolutely. So at fwopera.org/Romeo and Juliet, fwopera.org, and then the Romeo and Juliet section, you can get tickets. Tickets are $20, but there's also a bunch of pay what you can tickets. We want to make sure that the ticket is not a barrier for people to see this, for parents to see it, for young people to see it together, and to really, deal with these stories together.
Absolutely incredible work that you're doing in our
Thank
community.
you.
Thank you so much for being here this morning and sharing with us.
Thanks
this
for
is
giving us time.
Stunning. We'll be right back, you
Appreciate
guys.
it.
Thank you, Anthony.